Hi everybody, Michelle McClunan, Astrologer and Life Navigator, and I'm bringing you the last astrology update for the year, which coincides with the beautiful full moon that we have coming up in Cancer on the 26th or 27th of December. So it's really a beautiful way of culminating the year, because a full moon is always the end of a lunar cycle, and this one is the closure of the calendar year. So it's a very beautiful full moon actually to end the year off, and I'd like to just unpack that for a little bit with you. So as we know, full moons are always a time of release, letting go, culmination, integration, to prepare us for the waning of the moon, and then the new moon will begin, will happen in early January. So this full moon is in the sign of Cancer, opposite the Sun in Capricorn, and Cancer, as we know, is a water sign. It's what we call a cardinal water sign. So it's a very strong energy. It's a strong water energy, but water nevertheless. And the full moon is not on her own. So in other words, we've got the full moon. At a full moon, the moon and the sun are opposite each other. So it's always a time when opposites come up, polarities come up, when light is shone on our innermost workings. So in this case, even more so, because the moon's in Cancer, and Cancer is the sign of emotion and feeling. It's very sensitive. It's the sign of the crab. And if any of you have ever watched a crab in the sea or in a little rock pool, you'll see that that crab will kind of hide under the rock and then scuttle out sideways to get the piece of bread that you may have thrown into the rock pool, and then go back under the rock. So it's a very private sign in that sense. It lacks home, it lacks comfort, it lacks a sense of security. Privacy is another word associated with Cancer. But other words associated with Cancer are home, belonging, family. It's the sign of the mother. It's the sign of nurturing, nourishment, sensitivity, flow, water. So all those words are associated with this full moon. And I think that being Christmas and having a lot of family around, obviously things come up with family. And possibly if you are spending time with family, things might be coming up. So just notice them, see if you can rise above, and see what the interactions or what patterns are coming up for you that might need some healing, some integration, some letting go. Can you rise above whatever old patterns there have been, old reactive patterns? Cancer is a sign that can be reactive, emotionally reactive, and at full moon, emotions can be bigger. So it's just to see that and to process it by actually coming back into your center place, which is that place of home. So in addition to the full moon actually being in the sign of Cancer, it's also in what we call a sextile, which is a very favorable flow connection to the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, growth, expansion, and whatever it touches, it strengthens it. So when it's in a favorable, which means a flowing aspect to the sun and the moon, it means that it strengthens the energy in a positive way. What that says to me is that with Jupiter being in the sign of Taurus, it says that it's giving us a certain amount of earthy groundedness to actually deal with whatever comes up emotionally in a gentle way, in an earth way, in a grounded way, so that we can actually learn and grow. Jupiter's the planet of wisdom and understanding and integration as well. It's also, the full moon is also in a flowing aspect to the planet Saturn. And Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, a water sign. So that's also giving us the resilience to actually deal with what we're dealing with, and to actually see our patterns, and to find mastery over our emotions, and to find a place of peace within us, in amongst the possible chaos which happens at this time of the year. And often, they say that, I remember Ram Dass said that if you think you're enlightened, spend a weekend with your family. And generally we'll see all sorts of things coming to the surface. But in addition to that, there's a lot of beauty around this full moon. There's a lot of nurturing and a lot of nourishment. In addition to the alignments with Jupiter and Saturn, it's also in an alignment with the asteroid Vesta, which is the goddess of hearth and home. So again, it's this nurturing, nourishing home theme coming through. It's also in an alignment with Astraea, which is the goddess of justice and integration. So I would say that with this full moon and being the end of the year, really, symbolizing the beginning of the end of the year, it's a good idea to just take stock, to maybe spend some time just looking back over your year. Quite a good way of doing that is if you take photographs on your phone, to look at your photographs and without getting too emotionally involved in them, to just sort of see where you've come from, what's happened in your year, how you've grown, how you have integrated any lessons, what you still would like to integrate, where you've been emotionally reactive, where you've been able to hold your ground, where you've been able to stand in your power, where you haven't been able to, where you have nourished and nurtured yourself, and where you haven't nurtured and nourished yourself. So with this theme of home, of nurturing, nourishing in a gentle way, to see what's actually come up for you this year. And to close the year, what do you want to let go of? What would you like to move more favorably into in 2024? I think 2024, astrologically, numerologically, is going to be a very powerful year. And I feel that we're all being honed and prepped to actually deal with whatever we need to deal with in a more grounded, softer way. And I'm going to say that what's coming up for me very often at the moment is the incredible importance of honoring the feminine. I feel that we generally honor the masculine, and I'm not talking about male, I'm talking about masculine energy, which is the doing, the pushing, the shoving, the moving forward, which needs to be done, but at the same time, the feminine energy needs to be honored as well. And this full moon is very feminine. I mean, the main planets that are connecting with this full moon are all in feminine signs, water and earth. So how can we actually step into more of honoring the feminine and less of honoring just the doing, just the busyness, just the going out there and making it happen and sorting out things from a mind situation? How can we flow more? How can we be more? How can we come back home more? How can we actually come from a place of home in all our interactions, a place of belonging? And if you really look at the word home, home is here. Home is not out there. Home is something that we are learning to realize is here. The sign of Cancer is the sign of the crab, and the crab carries his house or her house on its back, which means that home is here. It's nowhere else. Although we might enjoy having a beautiful home or being surrounded by family, that's not where home is. Because home, that kind of home, changes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes we have a home, sometimes we don't. It moves, it changes, family moves and changes. So where do we find our true home? So I feel that this is a very powerful time to connect with that true home inside us in a powerful and gentle way. So if faced with challenges, if faced with triggers which might happen, can we come home to who we really are? Can we breathe? Can we lean back a little bit, which is more the yin? It's more the feminine side of reality, of our human journey. Can we lean back as opposed to lean forward? And it feels that if we align with those energies, there's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for flow and growth and healing. Healing is another word that comes up very, very strongly. Healing may be old patterns within ourselves, which might be triggered and mirrored by other people. So deep healing, deep mending of anything that might have gone pear-shaped in 2023, relationships that may have actually had challenges. What if we could just forgive? What if we could just let go? What if we could say, it's okay. You're human. I'm human. Can we just mend the fence? Can we agree that we don't agree? Can we just find integration in the learning of what has transpired? And I think that's what Jupiter's saying. Jupiter's saying, can you find the learning? Can you find the higher understanding of what has been actually going on for you this year? This year has been very difficult for many people in the sense of, from the human level, challenges on many different levels. So can we actually look back without getting too involved? And can we say, okay, what have I learned? What do I know now that I didn't know a year ago? Where have I come to? What have I achieved? What have I been through? How have I processed it? How would I like to process it? What am I passionate about? Am I spending time doing the things or being passionate about what really inspires me? Can I do more of that? Can I be more present to do the things that really inspire me? Because as we become more present, as we move into what we actually really love to do, we actually unblock energy. When we want to do something, we don't do it, there's an energy block. So what blocks can be cleared at this full moon? It's a water moon. So take some time on the 26th, maybe in the evening of the 26th, to release, to maybe even go to a water source. Stand under the light of the full moon. Give the full moon that which you don't need to carry anymore. Let go of that which you don't need anymore. Any problems that you have with people, any problems that you have with yourself, can you forgive those and move into and move out of 2023 in a balanced, integrated way? I think that's about all from me today. I'd like to just thank you if you've been following me for a while and you've been watching these videos. I'd like to thank you for your support and your love and your encouragement, and yeah, just for being here in my life. Without you, I wouldn't be doing this. And wish you all the very best for this season, for your family time, for your nurturing time. Look after yourselves, nurture, nourish, maybe stop the noise a little bit. Just be, if you need to sleep, have a nap. Sleep, rest, walk, be, have a long bath, go to the sea. Do what you can do to nourish and nurture yourself. I'm booking sessions for January, so if you would like to book a session, you're welcome to contact me through my website. And if you like this video and you'd like to hear more from me, you can subscribe and hit the notification button, and I put a video out every 2 weeks. So thank you very much for listening the whole year, if you have. For those of you who have, if you're new to my channel, thanks for watching this, and all the very best to you. Thank you.